Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's only O. Hope you guys are having a good week. Hope everything you're striving for is in close to full tuition. But today, guys, I want to switch it up a little bit. I want to give you guys a little bit more of, O. And today we're going to talk about the time that I cheated at prom. And it's going to be everything from how I ended up going to prom, how I ended up doing what I did at prom, and the aftermath of it. So buckle in, grab a snack, and let's get right into it. So, I graduated 2017. Yeah, I know, forever ago. I don't exactly remember when prom was. I'm sure my central heads that could verify that will definitely give me the insight. But originally, I didn't want to go to prom. I had no interest. I had a couple of high school associates at the time, begging and pleading, like, nah, you got to go to prom, bro. Come on, don't do that, da-da-da. And eventually, the partner I was with at the time, we're gonna use acronyms. We're gonna say N and L, as an example. So N ended up, talking to me and going, hey, you need to start getting ready for prom. Like, this is what I'm gonna be wearing, and this, that, and the third. And, me being 17 at the time, I had no care. I was like, I'm not going to prom. So one day, we're in the cafeteria area, and they had these tables that were laid out, and they were for, purchasing your prom tickets. And I remember seeing my partner at the time, going up there, and I'm thinking, I don't know why she's going up there. I'm not going to prom. She's about to go by herself. I joke you not, like, 5 minutes goes by and she comes back and she literally slaps the ticket on the table and she's like, you're going to prom. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's no fucking way she just did that. So me being bitter in the moment because I got proven wrong that I was going, I hit her with the well, guess what, genius, I don't have a suit. Don't worry, she managed to solve that problem too. So N ends up going to my guidance counselor, and I don't know what song and dance she performed, but literally like 4 days later, this had to be a Monday, so Friday, I get called to the guidance counselor's office, and my guidance counselor's like, hey, I heard you bought your prom ticket, and I heard that you weren't able to get a suit, so what we're gonna do for you is we're gonna take you over somewhere, and you're gonna go rent out a suit. And I'm like, there's no fucking way this girl managed to not only pay for my prom ticket, but managed to get me a suit as well. To me, that was crazy. I was like, wow, she really, really wants me to go. So we fast forward some time, prom is around the corner. I got my suit ready. If I remember, I'll try to find a photo and upload me in my prom suit. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe the colors that me and her were matching with were black and pink is my favorite color, so I didn't care. I was rocking with it. But everything came in, got the little flower that you have to put on them and all that good shit. So we end up arriving to our high school, and this is before we go to the building that we had to go to. For it wasn't a building, I don't know what it was called, honestly and truly, I really don't remember. But the place was beautiful, the waterfall and the fountains and all that stuff. It was great. The food was great. Everybody looked amazing. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. So we get to prom, we get to the high school. And, we're all getting ready. Everybody's looking amazing. We're taking photos, complimenting one another. So we end up ordering an Uber to the place that we have to go to. And I remember it was me, my partner, and her friend, and we're gonna call her L just for argument's sake. So L was like, hey, do you want to sit in the front or sit in the back? I was like, I could sit in the front if it's okay with you guys. So sit in the front, they hop in the back, we get to where we got to get to. Everybody's walking around, they're taking their pictures, and everything's going great. Later on in the event, L comes up to me and she's like, hey, I need you to help me out with my dress. And I'm thinking, like, there's 20 other people here, like, that you could just see off rip and you just walk up to me. So I'm thinking, like maybe a zipper stuck or, she needs to help get, loosened out of this area of her body, whatever the fuck. So she's like, just follow me real quick. So I'm thinking, all right, cool, no problem. We're walking. We pass by 2 double doors. And at this point, I'm like, where the hell are we going? Like, to fix this fucking dress. Like, where are we going? What are we doing? So she hooks a right into the woman's bathroom. And I'm like, do I follow in with you or do I wait out here? Like, what are we doing? She's like, no, come in real quick. And I'm like, okay, fuck it, whatever. In that moment, she throws me into the fucking bathroom stall and things just kick off instantly. You know, I'm not gonna get into full detail, but read between the lines, you know, just use active imagination. You know, thank God I have no kids. That's all I'm gonna say. So after that rodeo gets finished, I have my blazer hanging up in the bathroom stall. I put my, clothes back on. I put my blazer on. I go in my pocket to get my phone. And N is texting me. I got like 9 text messages. Where are you? Where are you at? This isn't what I invited you to prom for. Where are you? This, that, and the third. And I shit you not, as I'm reading this, I hear the door open. I panic. L panics. You won't fucking believe who walked through that door. It's N. And I hear her go, hey, L, is O in here by any chance? And then she responds with, no, I haven't seen him. Why? And she goes, I don't know where the fuck he went. And I've been texting him and nobody knows where he is. And she's like, oh, I'm sure that he's around here somewhere. And she's like, oh, he's an asshole anyway, whatever. When I tell you, I jumped on that fucking toilet seat. Like, if anybody's ever played Sly Cooper and you hit circle on the little like things that highlight and you do that little twirl, I shit you not, that's how I looked on that toilet seat. I was in full fucking stealth and panic mode. So then she ends up going into the bathroom stall herself and goes into the bathroom stall herself. And at that moment, Elle decides to, I shit you not, grab me by my collar, fucks up my bow, by the way, that I was wearing on my, neck piece, and flings me out the fucking bathroom. I fixed myself up in a mirror that was nearby. I'm feeling all right, I go sit down at the table we were at, and I guess I must have had a look on my face or like a guilty look or something. I don't know what the fuck. But one thing I can attest to is I'm not a very good liar. So when somebody knows I'm lying, they're gonna know off of rip I'm lying. And N comes up to me and she's like, where were you? I made up some bogus bullshit excuse. I was like, I was in the bathroom. And she goes, huh, that's funny. I sent somebody over in the boys' bathroom to go look for you and you weren't there. I said, well, yeah, I'm not thinking they're gonna check every single bathroom in this place, you know what I mean? So I'm lying through my teeth at this point. So N sits down, I sit down, L eventually comes back and sits down. Now I'm sitting here thinking everything's in the clear. L starts acting weird, looking at me, smirking, smiling. I'm like, yo, you're gonna fucking blow us. Like, you're gonna ruin everything. So eventually, we continued on with the event. Everything went good. Me, N, L, and a couple of other people ended up going to my house after prom, waiting for somebody to come pick them up or whatever. I eventually had N and L sleeping in my room. I don't know how the hell that managed to go by my mother, but fuck it. Both of them were sleeping in my room. My other buddies were sleeping in the living room. So, things move on. Morning comes around. Everybody's going home. Literally, maybe 3 days before graduation, it slips up. I fuck up. I accidentally slipped out and said it. I ended up going to N and was like, yeah, at prom, it was great. I had fun, I was fucking. And then she goes, who are you fucking? Because it wasn't me. Right then and there, I must have been as white as fucking milk, because right there is where she just started losing her fucking mind. And she's like, who did you do it with? Who did you do it with? Da 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 da. We didn't have sex until after the following day. Da da da. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe I just did that. And, you know, eventually she pressures me into saying the truth. You know, big old fight. Didn't even fucking matter. We ended up staying together for like another 8 months before we finally called it quits. But, you know, it was still one of those moments of, you know, stupidity and just being young and dumb and having fun. But I don't know if she ever ended up actually like confronting her about that issue. Not that it matters. It's been like fucking, what, 9 years, 10 years? I don't care. You know, it's like I'm just reminiscing and wanting to tell a funny story, and this is the story that first came to mind. But yeah, man, that's the time where I cheated at prom. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I got a bunch of more things that I could yap about. So if you guys do like this kind of content, just let me know. Also, by the way, I don't condone cheating. If you're gonna cheat, just break up with the person. Don't fuck them up because you're fucked up. But with that being said, guys, it's only O, and we're gonna see where this goes.